we're pre-qualifying, which is defined as the objective of this stage of the presentation is to determine if they're actually a prospect or not. Okay. And we essentially want to know with high degree of certainty before proceeding here if they're going to buy or not. And therein begs the question, well, what are the factors that we need to know if they're going to buy? Need, want, which we talked about earlier. We skip past the health questions. That's normal. We want to know the health of the client. That's typically always approved, but we do want to know where they stand. Is it guaranteed issue? Is it GTL? Is it level coverage, first day full coverage? And then we want to know bank account, or how do we draft their account? Because if you get a Direct Express card instead of a bank account, that will many times have a completely different selection of options than if you had just a direct or a bank account. And then last is we'll get in here is budget. What can the client reasonably afford monthly in order to pay for this? Okay. If we know that they've got a desire and they've got a necessity for this, that their health is good enough that they're allowing us to draft a specific type of account, and they agreed and said a certain budget range is affordable, don't we pretty much have a pretty solid deal here? I mean, I feel pretty good. I'm going to spend as much time as I can to convince this person to buy, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. But if you lack an affirmative to any of those issues, then you don't have a prospect. And frankly, the sooner you end the call, the better. For example, ladies and gentlemen, if I have a client with need, want, health, a budget, but they don't have a bank account or a card, do we have a prospect? They can pay $100 a month, but do we have a prospect? I would say the only outstanding, maybe if you could get them to pay quarterly and then give you that money today, sure, you got a prospect. But that usually doesn't happen. They usually can't. And if they don't have an account you can draw from, I don't care if they're begging on their knees for coverage, ain't going to happen. You don't have a prospect. Time to hang up and call somebody else or get a call from someone else. Okay.